Hey everybody, it's Kathy P. Welcome back. How y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day down here in Central Florida. It's chilly and got a little bit of a breeze going on, but the sun's shining. It's deceiving. You think it's warmer up than it is. Um, Kids are freaking out because it's so cold, and I don't really want them outside, but I might this afternoon let them go crazy because they need to get outside. But anyway. Oh, by the way, before I even get started, this video is just my opinions, and it is covered under fair use, Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. I'm going to say that probably more than once, because we know how they like to false strike channels. And this is everyone's favorite life coach, not Miss Molly. Moose Knuckle. Uh, She says she actually came out and did a short live saying that she supports one of the surviving victims of the Idaho 4. But yet she's done many lives tearing this poor girl apart. Typical Molly fashion, you know. She was happy to put out that fake recording and actually put it behind a paywall and charge people to listen to it. And they actually paid it. I don't understand it. I can't grasp it. It's just not rational. Thanks, nonsense. I got you on that one with the rational. And that was a great line, by the way. But yeah, I think then people need to pull a bullhorn Betty and dispute the charges on their credit cards because they were frauded because it was a fake recording. It's been proven. Yeah. And I don't know, Betty actually eventually took it down or not, but she might have after she left it up long enough to get some money out of it. But of course takes no accountability whatsoever about it. So this one is, what I did is I got the short live where Molly says she supports this victim, but then I also got clips of the lives where she clearly isn't supporting the victim. And then she was streaming for hours, but she did a really long live, and Mallory was on it. And they tore this poor girl up. And this was even after this, okay? And it looks like Spanky Jaundice has kind of backed off from Molly. I don't know if it's because he's upset about the stuff she was saying about, you know, Brian's parents, or the stuff she was saying about this girl, but I don't know. I don't see him just totally pulling away from Molly. I really don't, because you know what, everyone says that he needs Molly. They need Molly, and Molly says that Molly doesn't get nowhere near the views that Spanky Jaundice, everyone knows he's Justice for All, that Betty or Olive Oil, Olivia, and the Strangler, she doesn't get the views they do. Her claim is, I have over 80,000 subs, but her views don't show that. So I'm starting to wonder, because of course everyone's heard on the YouTube streets about her buying subs and, whatever. She has subs, but they're not active subs. They don't watch her content. Because Betty has 20-something thousand. Justin has a little over 30,000. Look at the views they get compared to Molly's views. And Molly only gets, does decent in views, but in my opinion, 5,000 or 6,000 views for a channel that has over 80,000 subs just doesn't add up. But even when she even gets those, it's only because of the drama, which she herself has said many times. Other than that, her views tank. If she's not harassing, attacking, doxing, threatening someone, she doesn't get the views at all. But like I said, this is all just my opinion. And when you have over 81,000 subs, you should be getting 30,000, 20 to 30,000 views a video, and she doesn't. And that's not anybody stalking her. Just look at her numbers. I mean, just my opinion though. But and I'm sick of her grifting with people, and it's sickening that she uses her mother's illness to grift money. Molly, stop it. You don't need these people to give you money to pay anything for your mother, and you know it. You're lying, and you're using your mother to get money because you're greedy and you're selfish. You got a woman that gave you over $1,000. For what, Molly? You're not paying crap for your mother. You don't even go see her. You're pathetic. It is sick that you use your sick mother to grift. Shame on you. You have no morals, nothing. You care about no one but your greedy self. You're crying about your credit card bills. You're out here spending stupid amounts of money on the most ridiculous stuff. And your subs don't even live that way. They don't buy themselves that stuff, but they will give you the money to pay off your credit card debt. Make it make sense, because I cannot. I cannot. But I'm sorry. The worst of it is she uses her mother's illness. Prayers to her mom. I pray that her mom's going to be okay, because her mom is not responsible for what Molly does. And I don't want to see anybody sick and suffering like that with the big C. It's awful. But what's worse about it all is Molly gets on here and grifts using her mother. Come on. That woman, Molly's not paying crap for her, and you know it. And if she does, it's not all that. And Molly's making plenty enough money to cover that when she can go spend $3,000 on a purse. Or spend $1,800 on the ugliest pair of shoes I've ever seen. Or on these tacky earrings, Come on, people, wake up. I try to comprehend this, and it mind boggles me that people will take from their own pocket and do without to give Molly money. It's insane. Insane. But anyway, let's just get into it. Like I said, there's several different videos here together because she's claiming that she supports her, but then there's videos showing clearly the opposite. So let's just get into this. Oh, and by the way, guys, can you please hit that like button and subscribe? I'm trying to reach 500. I would love to get there. I would love to get to 1,000. But, I could have taken the easy way out. I could have joined the grifters, the tragedies, and turned on good people. But I have a conscience, and I couldn't do something like that. It may take me a while, but eventually I'll get there. But I will always stand up for what's right, because right is right and wrong is wrong, no matter who it is, and no matter how you spin it. But let's just get into this.
911 Dylan, Dylan 911, but it had to be condensed, so I'm just going to redo what we said. This is 3 parts that I'm going to hit on. And hopefully you can follow along, because this is just real 3 parts real quick. All 3 has to do with 3 parts of Dylan, and this is very important what I'm going to say. Number 1, it has to do with Brian Enton. 3 nights ago, he was speaking to Kaylee.
No, wait. Now, you all know she hates Brian Enton. Enton. And she's called him out, calling him everything. But in this one, she backs him up a little bit. But then in the next ones I'm going to show you, she says how he's horrible and a liar. And he's the one that incited the hate campaign against this girl. He is not. And we all know she don't like Ashley Banfield because Banfield called her out on her crap. She claims she got Ashley fired, but not on purpose. Bull crap, Molly. You didn't get her fired. You didn't have nothing to do with any of it. You're not that important. You're a nobody. You're a YouTuber. No one cares. They're not going to fire Ashley Banfield for an uneducated wannabe reporter because she's not a reporter. She's not media. She's not investigative reporting. She's not. She's a YouTuber who does nothing but insert herself into these cases and make a mockery of them all. She makes her money on the backs of victims and their families. And she's happy to put out information and outright lies. Because she's clickbaiter, man. She's right at the top with the other clickbaiters like Betty and Dolly and her and Justin. You know, everything is breaking news. Please, people, wake up. I can't make it make sense in my head. I just can't with these people that give this woman and all of them mad money. The same with the bullhorn strangler and olive oil. You know, I make documentaries. No, baby, you make YouTube videos, okay? You're on TikTok and YouTube. You don't make documentaries. And with your misinformation that you also co-sign and put out there and being bullhorn's lapdog, yeah, okay.
Salvez's sister, and he brought up Dylan and the media. Not the media. He actually brought up social media, saying, "Oh, you know, the social media has to go a little easier on Dylan, and she's young, and the 8 hours, and how she didn't call 911 in 8 hours."
This is Molly's version
it's
of
this, and they're going so hard on
someone.
her, and blah 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 blah. I feel like he opened the floodgates to having the public and all their questions. I mean, a lot of people are on. People are just. They've had it. They're not getting the answers they want quick as they're not. They're besides themselves, questioning selves. Why this 18-year-old girl and the other girl.
You're such a professional, but you don't ever present yourself professionally. Rarely. At least put yourself together a little bit when you're going to go live. You have no clue what professionalism is. I have yet to see it.
Did not call 911 because it's not like she's a child. And then, of course,
yes, she is. She's still, I consider her still a child. I mean, she's what, 19, 20 years old. But then, you know, this is from someone that didn't even raise her child, so she would know.
Have to take in the fact that Brian Ensign said, "Oh, you know, she must have been, you know, she's too young." But he did open the floodgates. I did not know that people were harassing her.
You're a liar.
Not just because, you know, lots of tweets and TikTokers saying, "Oh, you didn't call in time. You didn't call in time." No, they were saying that she was a boy. She was saying that she was male. Blah blah.
And Molly, you co-sign all that kind of behavior, and you've done all that kind of behavior. So, yeah. Boy, that's a good. Where I stop that would be a good shot for a thumbnail.
No idea that was going.
Sure,
that's uncalled for. Come on, guys. You can't attack her physical appearance just because you're angry.
Molly, you do that on the daily. You are always attacking people's physical appearance because you're so insecure about yours. Yeah, Molly. And Molly, you're not some thin and trim thing. Have you looked in the mirror? Just saying, I'm not insulting you. You're the one up here bragging about how hot you are. Okay.
And because you're going through these emotions, that is just so wrong. We're going to get Brian Ensign out of the way. That will stop. I don't think that it needed to be brought up. But Brian Ensign's you know, I mean, he works for Ashley Banfield, and you're not going to get the most professionalism when it comes from Ashley Banfield.
Okay.
We know.
Ashley Banfield is very educated, something you people aren't in journalism and crime. Ashley Banfield has legit jobs, real jobs, Molly. Ashley called you out and you don't like it. Brian Enton don't give you guys the time of day because to the real media, the real press, you guys are nothing but jokes. And they're right.
The history of Ashley Banfield. We'll leave.
What about your history, Molly, of attacking victims and their families, of doxing, inciting hate, making up lies? That's your history, Molly. Just saying.
At that, and it really, Brian Enton's just trying to do his job. Number two. Number three is the most important. Number two is when you are dealing with the public and a public that is dealing with one of the most shocking.
I'm sorry if it bothers you. Somebody had made a comment about me clicking my lighter. But I do that instead of smoking, and I'm trying to even not click my lighter. So if I do it, I'm sorry.
And it's moving a little slow. You're gonna get a lot of questions, and you're getting a lot of people on edge. I happen to be doing true crime for about 5 years, and
you're not true crime. You are the furthest thing from true crime, because I watch real true crime channels. They don't do none of this behavior. They don't harass, incite hate, threaten, dox, and everything under the sun. They actually report true facts. There's nothing about you factual. You're not true crime. You're drama, and bad drama.
I am a very...
You started your channel, by your own words, to harass, stalk, incite hate against a victim, another woman, Molly. You know, people keep saying that Where's Walter is going to leave her. I don't believe that. Not for one red second. He's just like her. He sits back and co-signs all this behavior because he likes all that money coming in. I think they lead separate lives. Molly, you know, we know about the cheating stuff, you know. It's been out there for years. But no. I believe that he's just like her. He is shady as fuck. Excuse my language. Yeah, that's just my opinion, though. Again, this is all just my opinion. But Where's Walter is just like her. Because I've been with my husband 42 years. Almost. This year will be 40 years married, 42 years together. He would never sit by and co-sign me behaving the way she does. Lying, attacking, doxing, hating on people. He would never co-sign that. As a matter of fact, no. He would never co-sign it. There is no matter of fact. The fact is he'd never do it. I would never do it. But, yeah. In my opinion, he's just as bad as her. I mean, he got on here when she was mocking Dre and went right along with it. You know. And he co-signs getting this money using her poor mother's illness to grift money out of people. That's as sick and as low as you can get. I thought she could never go no lower. But that is the lowest of lows. Not even the stuff she's accused Dre of murmuring or attempting to murmur Marvon, which she has. She's accused Dre of stabbing the children. I've done a video on it. It shocked me, honestly. But, yeah. Okay, let's just get back into this, because I could talk and talk and talk about in my opinion, the tragedy tramps. And tramps is not a swear word, so YouTube can't get mad at me.
Very controversial, very inquisitive, very emotional true crime
You're not
commentary
true
channel.
crime.
I tend to
I don't believe the true crime community claims any of these idiots. I just don't. They're not true crime. There's nothing about them that is truthful. Ever.
break down into tears a lot of times when I am talking about these cases, because
Okay.
honestly, I really do care, and
No.
there are
You
times
care.
when
No, you don't. If you truly cared, you wouldn't do and say the things you do. What you care about is your greedy little self and how much money you're going to make off the backs of these tragedies. That's what you care about. You don't care about no victim or their families. You've never done anything to help a victim or their families. Not that I've seen. All you do is help yourself. You care about yourself. Molly, you go on trips to sit in hotel rooms by yourself and stream on YouTube. New Year's, your birthday, all the holidays, you're not with your family. In fact, your husband takes his parents to your rental house to do the holiday away from you. Wonder why? Just saying, wonder why.
I just can't handle it.
Handle what,
And
Molly?
it does take an emotional toll on me. I do go to these scenes, and it does
And insert
take
yourself and be a
a
nuisance.
physical toll on my mental state and my physical state. I tend to
Wait a minute. This was supposed to be about her supporting one of the surviving victims, Dylan. But it's all me, 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 me. You go to these scenes, you never have factual anything when you're there. You've never been inside any of these places, but yet you'll report stuff as facts. You go and make a nuisance of yourself. You're a heckler, as the real media has called you. Idiots. Fools. It's all about you. It's never about the victims or their families, Molly. Just like this video is supposed to be in supporting a victim. But it's all me, 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 oh, me, I do this, it's so hard on me. You've said so many times this isn't your story. And in the beginning, you didn't cover any of it until the arrest happened. You didn't do no work. You didn't do no research. You jumped on board because you needed views, Molly, because you're not getting the views and clicks. You're a clickbait queen. You're dishonest as can be. And you're one of the biggest grifters ever. Along with some of your buddies. And we all know who they are. Bullhorn Strangler. Olive Oil. Thanks, Uni, for that, by the way. That was a great, great nickname. It's not insulting her because Olive Oil was the coolest thing in Popeye. I mean, she was the one with all the common sense and stuff. That's where they differ. But she does resemble her. I'm just being honest, excuse me, for the cough. I've still got this thing going on in my chest. But, she does okay. Anyway, let's just get back into it. Let's just listen to this grifter.
very sick. I tend to want to help these families. I tend to want to.
But you don't help.
It makes me physically ill. It comes from where they want to go on Twitter and TikTok, Snapchat.
Molly, you don't help any victims or their families. In fact, you do the quite opposite. You help your greedy little self. Well, she's not little, by the way. Just saying. She helps her greedy self. Let's correct my words.
Instagram and say, I just don't understand where this girl can be 19 and not call 911. And where their mind would go all over the place. Where I don't understand, and I didn't know that they were harassing her.
Oh,
I
bull.
never knew this. I had
call
no
bull.
idea that
You're a
they
liar.
were saying
You're a liar.
that
You
because she
incite
gets her
stuff
lips
like that.
injected and she was into cosmetic procedures and making
I doubted
herself
she
look
was
more
19.
beautiful, that they were saying that
And that's
she
your
was
problem.
not.
Anybody that's younger, prettier, built better, smarter, you're jealous of. You're envious of. She's 19. I doubt she was having too many cosmetic procedures. We leave that ball in your court. Nothing wrong with it. Don't get me wrong. Nothing wrong with it. But you can go to extreme and and it starts to make you look worse instead of better. Hence, Miss Knuckle here, who claims she doesn't look her age, but she very much looks her age. Just saying.
Biologically a
And then
woman.
she
That is
grifts to
absurd.
pay for it all when these people give her the money. I don't get it.
Yes, there's a huge possibility of her being traumatized. This leads into the most important thing. And we will never,
What do you
ever watch Trial by Media on Netflix.
Why?
Sometimes the media is responsible. And I'm going to give you an explanation. If you haven't seen it yet, Google what happens on Sunday. Okay. Dylan was at her parents' house. She needed the support of her parents. She took a jog over to Starbucks, and when she came out, she had her hand gripped on her cell phone. Mm-hmm. She had her hair up in a ponytail, and she took a jog back to her house. Mm-hmm. And what do you know? The Daily Mail was staked out, taking lots of pictures of her. I do not believe that the Daily Mail was tipped off by Dylan, which TMZ, the Daily Mail, does pay. I do know a lot about the Daily Mail. I have worked and sold articles with several tabloids.
You sold one, Molly, which you yourself even said the person who rewrote that and added all the details did it because you sucked at your details. And none of it was true. And you know that. But you grifted that money, didn't you, Molly? Because I'll never believe you had any kind of a real relationship with Nick Carter. He's never owned you. You were a stalker and are a stalker fan. You may have gotten 10 minutes on the bus or 10 minutes backstage for a quickie, but that's all you were, Molly. Because, I'm sorry to say it, it is what it is. You were not physically his type. Okay? So if there was anything that happened, which I even question that, and if you did have a 3-month-long relationship, Molly, you'd have posted it everywhere and you'd still be posting it. Never seen any of it. You'd buy backstage VIP tickets and stalk the hell out of this dude. That's what you did. You were a stalker fan. We all know that. He's never even admitted anything about you. Like I said, if you were anything, you were nothing but a quickie. And he probably didn't even know your name. Because if you look at all the pictures from the Backstreet Boys with the kind of girls they surrounded themselves with, and then look at Molly's picture, she was kind of a little chunky then. You know, well, she's still kind of bigger chunky. But anyway, what I mean is, as far as the rich little boy bands, you know, they wanted the pretty, perfect little girls, you know, with the perfect zero waist and all this. Molly doesn't fit that description. Sorry. It is what it is. Go check the history out of the kind of girls that they surrounded themselves with. He was not seen in public with Molly. The article that she's referring to was to a tabloid of lies, because it was all lies. Anyway, let's just get back into it.
In my life,
because people's gonna say I'm tearing
articles that I have not even written
is.
Myself. I just took the check.
They attacked them. They attached themselves to the model types. You know, the ones that they would use on the tour bus for a quickie or backstage or even maybe for 5 minutes in their hotel room, they probably couldn't even tell you their first name, let alone anything else about them. And then she continued to stalk Nick Carter by going after his brother, who she claims she was his life coach, but he never paid her a dime. And Aaron was unfortunately so whacked out into his addiction that he would get online and talk to anybody. Anybody. But that's Molly's claim to fame. If, like I said, in my opinion, if anything did happen, number one, Molly was, you could say, she's a pedo because he was underage, supposedly, when this happened, going by her own words. She was nothing more than a quickie, not even a full one-night stand, because I doubt he let her spend the night in his hotel room. Just saying. And I just don't get Nick Carter's wife letting her, supposedly being her friend, which I still have seen no proof of that either, saying the stuff she says. And look at Nick Carter's wife. She's slim and trim, young and pretty. Just saying. Go look at, everybody knows that these young boys, they have thousands of girls. Molly, get over yourself.
I know who pays. I know how they work.
I'm sure you do.
I
You're happy to sell
definitely don't
lies.
believe that she at all, no way, tipped them off. What I do believe is that she went there for the support of her parents to get away, to get her head together. And I think that maybe either her friends, family, or parents let her know maybe the next day when it was published. Oh my God, Dylan, I just want you to know that
Excuse me.
There are pictures all over of the Daily Mail. They were staked out, following you, running.
You're jealous because the paparazzi don't care to do that to you, even though you claim. Yeah. Are you a little jelly there, Molly?
And you didn't even know. And I think that maybe.
And how do you know all this stuff was said? Was you in that room when they were talking? You know any of this was said? No, this is what's in that little twisted brain of yours. The little part,
Parents probably lost their ever-loving minds, started looking out their windows and probably charged out their doors.
And how'd they do all this, Molly?
To see who was in the cars,
they did?
Where they were, looking for someone with cameras. I think they're hellaciously upset. I think it was totally wrong to be up there. Is it illegal? No. But
it's wrong for the real media, and I guess you call paparazzi real media. I don't know. But it's wrong for legit media, but not for these tragedy pimps. Am I missing something here?
To know ethically, unethical, absolutely.
Oh my God, I'm sorry I keep stopping this. This is someone who has no clue what ethics even means. Because she's never, ever been ethical in anything she's ever done. And this is why the real media thinks these idiots are nothing but jokes.
Unethical. But when do we rely on the press to have ethics? No, They just want their shots. That's the way it works. And that's what we have to understand.
No, that's the way it works for paparazzi, but the legit media is, they do have ethics. Yeah, Molly. That's a word you need to actually study and maybe do. Because you won't see a real reporter screaming live on YouTube for 13 hours straight, looking like she just crawled out of bed all the time. Never professional. I mean, once in a while you'll see her with some makeup on and a decent little outfit or something. But mostly, you're as unprofessional and unethical as you can get. Just saying.
We might think it's heartless, but they got to get their shots. This is...
And that's exactly what you would do, Molly.
Someone big up
No,
there.
actually, you wouldn't do it. You don't have the balls to do it yourself. You get people in your chats to go do it, like you did with Dre. Remember how you sent people to her home where them children were living, total freaking strangers, to videotape and take pictures? Remember how you encouraged and enticed people to hate on her and to call CPS and the police and everything else? Yeah, Molly, we know.
Told me, sent me a text and said, Marissa, this is the story. They don't care about how she feels.
Excuse me, sorry.
And I hope she doesn't see this, but they do not care how she feels.
Okay. And you don't either.
No one ever thought that Molly Golightly, one of the most controversial true crimer commentators, one of the most very honest commentators. Do I have a huge heart? Yes. Can I be really, really honest? Yes. And it comes off.
Whoa. What? You're not true crime. Controversy surrounds you. Honesty, you've never, ever, ever, ever had or shown any kind of honesty. In fact, you're one of the most dishonest people I've seen on YouTube. You're happy to pass out misinformation. You're happy to make up lies and spread them. You do it all the time, Molly. You're happy to make up things in that little twisted brain of yours, and it's little. Just saying. This is all just my opinions. Honesty, not from you. Not ever.
Not so nice sometimes, yes.
Not so nice sometimes. You're never nice, Molly. You even when you're dry begging, e-begging, and using your poor mother to beg for more money, you're sick. You're twisted. And you're a proven liar.
But then in a moment of introspect, I think, and as a mother, I felt,
yeah,
for a
Molly,
moment, I had that moment of
I won't even
introspect,
touch
and I
that
felt
one.
like her mother, and I felt very protective.
I'm not.
And I
I'm
thought,
not.
what if
There's
she
a lot
was
I
my
can say
daughter?
there.
And she came home, traumatized as hell, just knowing that weeks and weeks before November 13th, and she's sitting there with her thoughts, and it's keeping her awake while she's home, that this hamburger was driving around, unbeknownst to her, hunting
Okay.
her friends, and driving around.
How do you know any of this stuff, Molly? This is all in your twisted little brain, because you don't know none of this as factual. So where's your honesty, Molly? Where is it? I'm waiting. I'll be waiting for hell to freeze over, won't I? Yeah. But this is Molly supporting a victim. Okay, guys? Hear how supportive she's being? Me, 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 me.
Knowing she was in that house. Knowing she was spared for whatever reason.
And do you really think if he seen her looking at him, she would have been spared? Come on. Even your twisted little mind knows better than that. He had no clue she seen him. Because thankfully, he didn't. And that's why she's still here. Yeah. Again, just my opinion.
And that they were ready.
Excuse me.
And they didn't even care what was in her mind. How she was feeling. And it was all about their golden shots. Look, we got her running. Who cares? She went to go get her gingerbread latte. Who cares? They just wanted her to know. They wanted the public to know. We got her.
Okay, Molly.
I bet you $1 million when she knew that those
You don't have
pictures
$1 million.
came out. I bet you she busted into
You guys
tears.
are so far
Do
in
they
debt
care?
you can't see straight. You don't have $1 million.
Why would they care? Do I think that that was really invasive? Do I think that that was really heartless? You bet I do. Do I think they're gonna give her an apology? No.
Are you going to give her an apology for attacking her constantly? Because this is not how you support somebody. Emily, you've done worse than this. Have you ever apologized? Nope.
But think about it. I think that they really,
And the problem is you're
really
thinking. That's the whole problem here. That little twisted brain is
re-victimized this
actually
poor
trying
girl.
to think.
Doesn't matter what questions I have.
You're right. That you're right
And
about.
one of the, I was listening to Mallory yesterday
Yeah, I'm sure
at
you
House of
were.
Williams. And the whole time I was listening, I was like, oh my God. Was she hysterical? Yes. I was like, oh my God. But when she really got serious, I started listening to what she had to say. I really thought about what she was saying. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It is true. And I have to think about that. What if there was a reason for 8 hours these two girls did not want to call 911? Ouch. Ouch.
But this is you supporting a victim, Mom.
And I think that is the reason why they're going after her. And it's just a
Is that
matter
why
of
you
time.
did it? Because you've done it
Until
many
they go after the
videos.
other
I've
one.
got it to prove it.
That's what I wanted to say, and I just wanted to I wanted to condense
Oh my God.
the 4.5 hour live. Mainstream media.
Okay, now this is going into. This is the bullhorn strangler, moose knuckle, and olive oil. And I'm sorry, but look at that picture. She looks like olive oil. Just saying. I'm not insulting her looks, because I think Olivia is a very pretty young woman. Don't think she has much brains, being with these people, but that's her choice. I think she needs to, if she really wants to be an investigative reporter or be in criminology or make documentaries, that she needs to go get some education and separate herself from these fools. Because as long as she's attached to these fools, no one will ever take her serious. You know, she does TikTok videos and YouTube. They're not documentaries. But yeah, this is Molly supporting a victim in that we just played, that we just went through. It was all about me, me, me. I didn't hear any support for this victim, really, because everything Molly's saying shouldn't be done is what Molly does, and Betty does, and this Olivia and Mallory, which Mallory's a whole nother ball game. And you know what? When you review her, she's gonna say that they're coming at me because I'm transgender or because I'm 2% black. No, honey, it's because of you, that mouth, the things you say. It has nothing to do with anything else. But we'll get into that in the next video, because I've got one coming of this live that she did with Mallory. Oh yeah. But let's get into this, because this is Molly, who always does flip-flop, going after the victim, which, in my opinion, she's never stopped. She's not showing any support. And it just bothers the hell out of you that Brian Enton thinks you're a joke, doesn't it? Because you guys are not true crime. And if the true crime community could, they would delete probably every one of you. Just saying, just my opinion, though. It is just my opinion.
Telling us, leave her alone, leave her alone, leave her alone. She's a victim. She is not a victim. She's not a victim.
She's a witness.
Okay, read this that's on here from someone. I think these low-life scumbags should be banned from YouTube. I feel that YouTube is allowing these creators to lie and harass other creators, the victims and their families. YouTube bullying. You got two of the biggest bullies sitting right here, Strangler Betty and Moose Knuckle. You're correct in what you're saying. But I think you're meaning it against everyone else instead of against these idiots. Because they're idiots. And Olivia sits there with her head all tilted, Miss Olive Oil, like, I'm so young, I'm so naive, I'm so innocent. No, yeah, fake finding a water bottle. That was never even proven. That's your one claim to fame, that you found Gabby's water bottle. But where's the proof it was Gabby's? There's a store right down the street from where you were that sells that exact water bottle, Olivia. There was never no fingerprints, no DNA, no proof it was Gabby's water bottle. The area had been searched. Nothing was found. The minute she gets there and puts her clodhoppers on the ground, looks down, boom, there it is. There it is. I call crap. And just like that little couple second interview you had the other day, even that reporter said, you may have, maybe. No, you claimed it was. And it wasn't. And you know it wasn't. And weren't you the one that gave Bullhorn Strangler that faked audio of the crime happening? Weren't you in on that, Miss Olivia Olive Oil? Again, Uni, thank you. That is the best. But guys, go check out A Rock a Lot. Go check out his channel. He's got some good videos on this. And he's making even more good videos on this. But yeah, there's a lot of good channels out there that have called these people out for all this crap. You know, nonsense, Unirock, Rabbit, down the Rabbit Hole News. Just go check out their channels. You'll see I'm not the only one saying this stuff. And the more of us that continue, and the clip channels are fantastic. Hills in the Air, Kool-Aid, there's just so many good clip channels. And Forgotten Whispers has a fantastic clip channel. Y'all check her out. Cancel Out Tragedy Pimps. There's just a lot. But let's just get into this, because this is them going after this poor girl.
Are victims.
Yeah.
Let's stop. She is not a victim. She's not a victim.
Then?
She's merely a witness to the case. She wasn't threatened. She wasn't assaulted. She was left alone, and she went to sleep. So how do you classify her as a victim? Did she see horrible things? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. She's seen horrible things. That's what makes her a witness. A victim means that she would have been assaulted, stabbed, intimidated, or something like that to keep.
That's not true, Betty. If someone breaks into your house and robs you and you're not there, you're still a victim of a robbery, you idiot. All of you are idiots. And look at Olivia. Look at Olive Oil. She just sits there like, ooh. And when she talks, she sounds like a little girl. And I think that's where she gets, never mind, some of her followers. But anyway, yeah.
Her mouth shut. None of that has come out.
Okay.
So this person that everybody is, you guys need to go look at the definition. Hold on.
I really hope Heels on the Ground aren't going to.
And this is another part of it, because Molly Dirty deletes everything or privates it. You got to get the clips you can get. So.
Protest, and I said, and I responded to them. I said, exactly. I know what you're thinking.
Sorry.
What exactly do you understand Heels on the Ground to be? Why do you think that we?
When is the real legit, excuse me, Heels on the Ground going to send these fools a cease and desist? I don't understand why they let them get away with using their name and disparaging their name, because they are. There is a legit Heels on the Ground foundation that helps veterans and stuff. They're a legit charity. These people are not Heels on the Ground, never have been, never will be. And I just don't understand why they haven't received a cease and desist to stop using their name, because it's hurtful to them, to their foundation that these idiots claim to be.
Protest. Do you think that we enjoy it?
Yes.
Do you think that we want to do that? Do you
Yes.
think that this is fun for us?
Yes.
It actually costs us money.
No, it don't cost you a damn dime. Not a one of you. Your followers, which I still cannot for the life of me comprehend, give you money to pay for this stuff, to pay for these stupid, ridiculously stupid trips and all this equipment that you don't need, because you're not legit media, never will be legit media. Betty, you're the furthest thing from legit media. Molly, you're just a joke. And Olive Oil, I don't even know. Anyway, let's go.
Ditch effort.
Yeah,
When we
this
protest,
is the last ditch effort to have.
And shout out to Menace to Sobriety. I got this off his Twitter. He's awesome. Guys, go check him out on Twitter because Menace to Sobriety is awesome. He posts facts, you know. He's all about facts. But go check him out because he's really awesome.
The voice be heard.
yeah, and it's also
Sorry, I still got this
there
thing
are
going on in my chest,
also
and sometimes I have
major
no choice
pressure
but to cough.
campaigns. The
In
guy
fact, that pisses me off, Molly, acting like you can't breathe because you got a damn scarf wrapped around your neck that you had on for days and was nasty. You have no idea what it's like to not be able to breathe.
is in jail, and due to great police work, thank God he's in jail. And please, and you know what? The parents have not done anything. The sister has not done it. What do you want us to do? We're gonna show up with like,
But yet
hey,
you have tore the mother, the parents, and the family apart, saying that they support them and everything. Unlike you, Molly, a real mother, Betty wouldn't have a clue about being a real mother because she's not. And by her own words, when she was supposedly a stepmom, she was abusing them and they were taken. Olivia isn't a mother, and you are the furthest thing. Sorry, in my opinion. You are such a hypocrite.
like your son. Come out and tell us why you don't like your son either, or come out and fight with us.
They don't have to come out and tell you anything. Again, you are no one. You are a YouTuber. They don't owe not a one of you anything, and Betty's going to sit there with that smirky smile. They don't owe Big Mouth Bullhorn, Moose Knuckle. You're a moose. Yeah. And that thing up there, that olive oil, look, tilt her head with that shitty smile. Are you kidding me? They don't owe you crap. They don't have to tell you or anybody else anything. That's their son at the end of the day. And they may not like what he did. They may hate what he did. But in the end of the day, he's still their son, you idiots. Something none of you would know nothing about. Because Molly, you've tried to throw your son under the bus many times. But you're not the hands-on mom you claim. You're a buying kind of mom. Yeah. And do I believe that you'd walk away from your son? Hands down, 1,000%. That's the kind of person you are. Me. Same thing with Betty.
What do you think that we are exactly?
Yeah.
Oh, everybody raise your hands. What do you think they are? She asked the question. You're nuisances. You're tragedy tramps. You're obnoxious, lying fools. You ask, I answer. Just saying.
Out of yourself and assume that we're just going to go over there
like,
just to get views or selfies in front of
and that's
their
not an
house.
insult because olive oil is
that's never going to happen.
Awesome,
and I hate that people have taken on some sort of misconception of what heels on the ground is. I guess we're just...
You are not heels on the ground. You have nothing whatsoever to do with the real heels on the ground. You are problematic trouble on the ground. That's it. You're a nuisance. You misinform, you lie. You're a nuisance. You're hecklers. Hecklers on the ground. That's what they are. Yeah.
A bunch of big mouths?
Yes, exactly.
Because that's not,
you know what? We bring the heat. Whenever we walk into town, at the end of the day, guess what? Every person on YouTube is talking about us or the case. Yep. It doesn't matter. That name is everywhere.
And guess what? It was bad. They were calling her a traitor.
No, Betty. What they're doing is they're commentating on you because you're a joke and you're dishonest and you pass information. You pass around misinformation. You heckle. You cause a scene no matter where you go. Idaho told you they didn't want nothing to do with you people. They wanted you to go away. They don't like none of you. They don't want you there. Listen, stay away from them.
I had no idea.
Now, I got this. It's sped up a little bit. Because you got to get the clips you can, because you know how Molly hides everything. But she does nothing wrong. Okay. She knows, and she hides everything. And eventually it's all going to catch up to her. YouTube is going to finally have enough, regardless of the money. They're going to have enough. They've got far bigger channels than her. She's a peon in YouTube compared to some of these channels.
Oh, and why is everybody being so PC? Because they're all a bunch of pussies, that's why. We're not allowed to talk about Dylan. Well, the thing is while I did my research for about 7 hours, and I did. I dug. I'm not gonna lie, I dug.
No, you didn't.
I found out how they were bullying her, Dylan. And it was bad.
Molly, you said you're not going to lie. You lie all the time. You don't do no research. You rely on everybody else to tell you stuff. There's no way you're researching anything. You're never on YouTube long enough to. You're streaming all the time. It's kind of got to be a lonely life, though. I mean, you go on these outlandish trips to sit in hotel rooms and stream and eat. That's all you do. I think you're a feeder. I do. I think people pay to see you eat. That's why they're always sending you food and stuff. I think maybe you need an OnlyFans page, Molly. Just my opinion, though.
They were calling her a trans.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Everything that's been said, that's the only thing she concentrates on.
I definitely was never doing that. I was simply asking the obvious question.
No, you weren't simply
asking.
asking.
What could you possibly
have been doing for 8 hours? You were accusing her of outright being involved in this. Oh, that's such a good picture. I paused that at the perfect spot. I got to take that one. Oh, I hope I don't mess up there. Okay. That is... Come on, people. Look at that picture. That's a mug only a mama could love. And shame on you.
Because this is how I think of her being shell for 8 hours. Because there's no way that you... Because this is how I think of her being shell-shocked for... I think of that movie Operation. So you got the Operation, and you got the little man. All right, this is it. Holy shit. I got the perfect. Where's the... All right, we'll get the little tweezer. We'll get the top right. This is Operation, okay?
God.
All right, so we got the little tweezer, right?
She even has a little... She
comes out.
Oh, my God. She even has a little cardboard cutout of Tom Cruise. She's a stalker, man. I mean, what 50-year-old woman is going to have a cardboard cutout, life-size, and a miniature to keep by her of someone? Grow up, Molly. Grow up. Tom Cruise don't know you exist, don't care you exist. He'd never come near you, Molly.
She sees the freak. All right, I'm sorry to use Snoop Dogg. I'm sure the only coaster that I have here. So she comes, and she sees, well, I hate to use Snoop Dogg, but, right? And he's walking out, and she's like, oh my God. It's kind of like...
Trust me, Snoop Dogg don't know about you and wouldn't have nothing to do with you either.
And he leaves. She knows he's gone. She just heard. Now she checked that door. Tres. Uno, dos, another tres time, right? I'm sorry, Snoop. It's not because you're black. It's because you're the only guy that's here. And I'm sorry, lady.
I'm sorry, that was my kids.
It's not because you're black. It's because you're the only guy that's here. And I'm sorry,
I don't believe she just told
You
him
just
to
do
shut
like
up.
sorry.
My
Right,
7-year-old just told my
But
4.5-year-old
if
to
she's
shut up.
shell-shocked and you're on your way out, she came to the door 3 times. There's a reason she went 3 times. That bothers me. It wasn't just once, and then she saw him. Because, see, that's what gets me. If you think of it that way, if you would have said, oh, she came to the door and saw him leaving, okay, she was used to seeing strange dudes in the house because it was a party house. Okay, I would get it. All right, I got you. I hear you. But she came 3 times. Why did she come 3 times? Because she heard, allegedly. Well, no, I'm not going to say allegedly. I don't need to say allegedly.
The
She heard her
Exposure
friends,
Arena
her
shows
roommates,
good clips on
screaming
these
for their
idiots,
life.
too.
Right?
Yeah, right, Mom.
3 times. Now, someone said maybe she saw blood on him. Maybe she saw blood on him.
Supporting?
He was wearing black. It was dark.
Do you know what it means to support someone, Molly? I don't think you do.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. He was there for what? 13 minutes? He did all that in like 15 minutes?
Me.
That's where I'm confused. So 4 o'clock in the morning, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Mallory, House of Williams, believes that after wiggity whack, by doing all that stuff with 4 people, 17 minutes, okay. I hereby stand corrected. I'm sorry that I was wrong. In a 17-minute time span, Mallory believes that that Burger King must have, I'm so sorry, Snoop, to disrespect you this way, that he must have defecated himself and was so exhausted by doing this to 4 people, that he must have been so exhausted and lost strength. We can't say that that's the truth or not. Leave him wiped out. That was Kaylee's dog. It was like a little poodle mix.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and another thing. Okay, so she fainted outside, right? She fainted, right? So you got the call from this guy, and he's in that fraternity. Got it. Okay, can I hear that?
Wow.
Oh yeah, can I video? Oh, that I didn't know. I didn't know Burger King moved the fucking dog.
Went and took a shower and
Okay, this is one of the lives Molly was doing, the many hours of lives Molly was doing. And this is them again going after the surviving victim that she claims she supports.
Why would you pick on a victim? Is that what you just said, Blue? For
Now, why would you,
context?
Molly?
picking on a victim.
Yes, you
Who's
are.
the victim? The victims are dead. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
See, you are dumb. You're dumb. I don't want dumb
No,
people
you're
out.
dumb.
That's why I just threw you out. Get out. Why are you picking on a victim? She's not a victim. The victims are dead and they're gone forever. You idiot. Get the fuck out of here.
The only idiot is you. Molly, what if someone broke into your home and you weren't home? That makes you a victim of the robbery. Okay, someone... Oh my God, are you kidding me with these people? With this mouth of hers. This is Molly shaming yet another victim, attacking yet another victim. Because Molly does not do nothing else. Molly is hateful, soulless, dishonest, and greedy as F. Just my opinion.
No one's trying to victim shame
Yes, you are.
or
Fucking
her,
Christ.
or, but
Telling
to
me to stop.
question,
Get the fuck out of here.
but to question why she didn't call
I don't know who's on
911
panel with
for
her, but
8
she's just as bad
hours
as Molly.
What are you kidding me? That's
completely
the best fucking
legitimate.
content. And no one's gonna step on it, right?
Right.
You think Justin's gonna fucking step there? You think Justin's gonna go live and talk about
No,
why
but
this
Justin
girl
told you to
didn't
shut up
go
and
and
stop
call
it.
911? No.
Justin's pulled away from you during this because of your behavior. Do I think he's leaving you? No. But Justin don't need you. He got better numbers than you do. He gets more views than you do, Molly. You need Justin. You need Betty because they got views you don't get. And I don't know who's on panel with her, but she's just as bad. You are victim shaming. You are going after a victim, you idiots.
He's not. Do you think Born Betty is gonna talk about what? No, because
Yes.
she's on good terms with the family, right?
No, she's not. In fact, Betty was not on good terms with nobody. Again, Betty inserted herself because Olive Oil played that family saying, oh, but your daughter followed me. She loved me. No, she didn't. You know how many people follow people, don't know nothing about them? Olivia was not friends with her. Olive Oil didn't know this girl. She didn't speak with this girl. I mean, come on. How many videos on TikTok do you watch? Does that mean that you're buddy? They played this family. And I wish the family would have checked out who they were before they gave that interview. But I bet you the family now regrets it.
She's on good terms with the family.
She
And
is
they
not.
don't
She
want
inserted herself.
any-
It wasn't supposed to be her. She wasn't invited. It was Olive Oil. Betty inserted herself. As usual.
Nobody talking ill about this girl.
Oh, yes, Betty has.
No,
many times.
I'm sorry, but it doesn't make sense. Let
In
them
fact, she
all
just
hate
did.
me. I
On
don't
a video
care.
live with you.
Let them all hate me.
Molly, you thrive
Let them
on
all
hate.
hate me. I
You
don't
love
fucking
it.
care.
Because
She
you
could
don't
have
get
took
no
her
love.
phone, went and hid in the closet.
I'm saying
And
what
whispered.
everybody wants to fucking say.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh,
you
she
don't
questions
speak.
it too? Let me guess.
Yeah, Betty does. Betty does.
Betty's questioning it? Good.
Yeah, yeah,
Excuse
Good.
me.
See, that's the Betty that I love.
You're not
yeah.
capable of
She's
loving
Fearless
anybody but
Betty.
she's
yourself.
pretty hot about it too.
Good. Because that's the Betty that I have respect for, is when she's
Molly, you don't know the definition of respect. You don't know the definition of honesty, of ethics. You don't know the definition of a victim. You don't know a whole lot.
Fucking fearless. That's what I like.
How does she get monetized? How do her videos get monetized? I thought YouTube was cracking down on all the profanity and stuff. I don't know.
There
But
is no
anyway.
pussy footing around. This fucking guy, all right, is very fucking smart. And if
Nuh-uh.
he has the fucking chance to walk,
Because
he
of
might
you
fucking
idiots?
find it. And if this guy fucking walks,
Oh dear God.
yeah, it'll come after me first.
Why would he come after you, Molly?
Yeah,
He
but you
don't
take your
care
phone,
about
you go
you.
hide in
You're a
the
nobody.
closet,
You're
you
nothing.
whisper, you
There she
I
goes
know
with her
women,
fake
I know
illnesses.
people that there's been people who will like call 911 and pretend that they're ordering a pizza.
Good for you. Okay, guys.
Dylan.
I'm going to end it here. Sorry that jumped ahead like that. I'm going to end it here because it just keeps going on and on. I'm going after this poor girl. And I'm going to I have some other videos I'm working on. I'm going to try to get uploaded today. But this is insane. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'm trying to get my subs up. I'm going to keep doing these videos even though I've been threatened to not, or I'm going to be she could take me down. I think the more of us that do this and call them out on their behavior and the crap they do, the more of it gets out there. I know I'm just a tiny little channel, but apparently it was enough for Molly to threaten me because I still have the threats she put on my page. But anyway, everybody, thanks for coming in. Thanks for watching. And again, please hit that like button and subscribe. Thanks. Till next time.